Live from the DFS Players Conference at the Marriott Marquis. It is nighttime here at the Marriott Marquis. We've been here all day. We've been here for 2 days. Tony Cincotta has done about 12 hours of radio today. We're going to keep him for another hour or so. Mike Cardano, Gregg Sussman, Scott Engel, and, of course, Tony Cincotta. We're going to play a game show here, a little bit of trivia. I'm going to score it. It is an arbitrary scoring system. And we are going to play, I've been trying to give this away for 2 days, for a new car. All right? So the winner gets the new car here. We'll leave that out.
Does it come with a driver?
And then go. No. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you a question, and you're going to go ahead and give it a little explanation, give me some color for your answer. Let's keep it brief, keep it moving. One question, all three of you are going to go, okay? But we're not going to go in the same order every time. So we're going to start with Tony first, then the next question, Scotty will go, and then Greg, and here we go. All right, first question. Who is the best fantasy quarterback to own the rest of the season during playoff time, during fantasy playoff time, and why?
It's absolutely Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the best player since 2007 when he broke the record for NFL touchdowns, 50-plus touchdowns. Now, somebody here on this illustrious panel is going to go outside the box and try to justify some other inane quarterback. Tom Brady is the guy here.
Scotty?
I got as chalk as it is. You know, you can't disagree with what Tony says. You asked me first, I would have said Tom Brady. He's making people pay for Deflategate this season, and no matter who you put around him, the guy is going to deliver. I don't think there's anybody you'd rather have than Tom Brady. I know Aaron Rodgers is coming off a really good game, but Brady's gotten consistently done all season.
Greg?
There's a reason that Tom Brady is known as TFB. You know what the F is for? Because he's given the FU to the rest of the NFL. The fact is that Tom Brady is the best quarterback in real life. He's the best quarterback in fantasy. None of us are going against the grain. Nobody on the panel is being silly or going outside the box. Tom Brady, from day one this year through week 17, whenever your fantasy playoffs end, Tom Brady is the guy.
All right, next question. You're all going to get a point there. I thought your answers were all appropriate. Who is the best fantasy running back to have come playoff time? Scott.
I'm going to say Todd Gurley. Gurley has proven that he's well worth that number 10 overall pick, that the Rams started him. They were patient with him. The thing that I really like about Gurley is nobody never knew exactly when he was going to come back because the Rams managed him so carefully. They managed him so carefully because this is going to be a franchise player to years to come, and he's showed increased versatility over the last few weeks. Right now, with all the guys who have gotten injured, who have busted, Jamal Charles, Le'Veon Bell, C.J. Anderson, Eddie Lacy, the running back landscape is so thin. The only guy that you can have full peace of mind with if you have him on your roster, and full peace of mind is so hard to come by in fantasy football, is Todd Gurley. I don't care who he plays, he's going to get it done.
Greg.
Todd Gurley is also my answer here, guys. It's Gurley, ever since busting onto the scene earlier this year, he's just looked better. Just using the eye test, looked better than every other running back. The schedule matches up. He will be next year the number 1 overall pick in fantasy football. He's just a dynamic player. He is one of the only running backs you can count on week in and week out in fantasy football. It's as simple as that. You want the highest floor with the highest ceiling. That's Todd Gurley.
All right, Tony, hit me.
6 points for a touchdown in fantasy football. Go with the team that scores the most points. The guy for the rest of the year is LeGarrette Blount of the New England Patriots. He's the only running back left in that offense. 6 points for a touchdown. Week 14, Miami. Week 15, Tennessee. Those 2 games right there will make you a champion in fantasy football.
I totally disagree with Tony, but he gets the point anyway because that was a fantastic argument. Tony gets a point. Let's go on to the next question. Have you ever entered a DFS lineup naked, Gregory?
Yes.
Why?
Got out of the shower, roommate wasn't home, and I felt, you know what? There's no need to get dressed today. I was up against the clock, against the lineups locking, and I needed to make sure my lineup was in. That was more important than getting dressed at the moment. Absolutely, yes.
Scott?
On a Sunday morning, it's very hard to manage time when something's going on, so not only have I done it naked, but I actually come back on the way from the bathroom.
Too much information, Tony.
Naked.
Yeah, absolutely naked, because when I'm in my bed, I put the laptop on me, and I get a little burn, like right about here, from the laptop being very hot as I put in multiple lineups.
That's too much information, too.
Nobody gets a point there just because you're all into the lineup naked. What best wide receiver come fantasy playoff time? Tony, you're up first.
Best wide receiver fantasy playoff time. You got to go a guy indoors. Like Odell Beckham in Giants, outdoors. Antonio Brown, outdoors. Guess what? Indoors. Julio Jones, Atlanta Falcons. He has to be the best. Clean track. The worst division in football with the Atlanta Falcons.
Scott?
I'm going to go Des Bryant. You know, Tony Romo is going to be back. Des is going to be healthy enough to play. The most uncoverable wide receiver in the red zone. Like Tony said, it's all about touchdowns. Des Bryant will give you touchdowns.
Greg?
Tony's 100% right. Julio Jones indoors. He's the only wide receiver on this team that is targeted, seemingly 15 times a game. The only thing you're worried about is an injury, and that's just not happening. Tony said he's the worst division in football. I won't go that far because the AFC South probably is worse. But Julio Jones is just masterful this season. He's been the number one wide receiver since week 1. He will be the number one wide receiver in week 17. Julio Jones, by far, is the guy. Don't give me Des Bryant with another week of Tony Romo hurt. Des Bryant coming back from his own injury. Who knows how Romo will look when he comes back? I don't. I'm not gambling on it.
Nobody plays their playoffs in week 17, right?
It goes through. It could. They could.
Some people do, but it's rare.
Some people do.
All right. I'll point out that Julio Jones is going to be on the road in his last game.
Not that. 2 out of 3 will be home.
But in the last game when it counts on the road.
Yeah, but most people don't play 17.
No, 16.
But 17, he's at home against New Orleans. Just
Who's
saying.
he on the road against?
Carolina.
Panthers.
The Panthers?
Josh Norman.
Yeah, it's warm there.
Nobody gets a point, says me. Nobody. All right, if you're drafting in the year 2020, Tony, is this your question? Is your question? Well, it's your question now. If you're drafting in the year 2020, your choice for quarterback, your first quarterback off the board, you have to choose somebody who's currently playing today. Is who?
Oh, it's absolutely Tom Brady. He said he's going to play 10 more years. I look at it's 2015. He's got a young, hot wife who just had surgery and got stuff redone. So he's got to stay young, too. He's hired a fitness guru. It's Tom Brady.
How old will he be in 2020?
2020, I believe he'll be 48.
All right, Scott?
I'm going to go Marcus Mariota. This guy's been a quick study at the NFL level. He's going to be versatile as well. He's going to be able to run the football. He's going to be a hybrid quarterback. I'm going to say Marcus Mariota is going to continue to impress, and he's going to be very good in a few years.
Greg?
All I know is that Superman doesn't age, right? Yeah, kryptonite can kill him, but he doesn't age. In 2020, we're all going to rip off our suits. We're going to show the Superman in the front, and we're going to take Cam Newton as our number 1 overall quarterback. Year after year, this guy puts up points in the top 10. This is his best year of his career. Rip off the suits, everybody. Show the S for Cam Newton.
I don't like either of them. I don't like any of those. Do you really think that Tom Brady will be still playing in 2020?
No.
No.
But
So
he
get-
But
says
it's like
he
you
will.
didn't say Peyton Manning.
Yeah, he
No,
says
no.
he will.
So Tony, give me somebody else who you think that will be
I think
playing.
the obvious answer to me is
Andrew
Andrew
Luck.
Luck. And the reason
Oh,
why
he's going to be hurt with that offensive line. He'll never make it to 2020.
He's going to be out of there in a year if they don't get that offensive line. He has an opt-out clause that'll get him out of Indianapolis. And I think in Cam Newton, the point is that he's never been the best quarterback up to now. He, like you said, he's a top 10 quarterback. So I got to go Andrew Luck if I'm going to pick one.
All right, Tony gets to the point just for mentioning
You gave him another chance.
Brady's wife.
That's
No.
not fair.
He mentioned Brady's wife. That's the only reason.
Okay.